She's all right.
You're not answering?
No.
That's odd.
Can you hear me? Okay, I'm going to put you on speaker, so don't be yelling anything at me. Okay.
All right. Everybody ready? Are we streaming?
Yeah, we're up and going.
Excellent. We're going to go ahead and call our special meeting of the Wayne County Board of Education to order. It is 6 o'clock. And if you'll stand, we'll say the pledge. Art, do you care to lead us?
Sure. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let the record show that all board members are present in person, except for Mr. Ashworth, who's joining us by phone this evening. And we can begin with our new business, consent action items. The superintendent recommends approval of the following action items. Additional items received prior to the time of the meeting may be added. Discussion and/or separate action of items may be requested by members of the board and/or the superintendent. Items are subject to change. Any blanks will be filled in prior to the meeting. And in the event a nominee withdraws, we reserve the right to put the next candidate in that position. So number 1 is consider for approval the recommended personnel matters on pages 1 through 5. Need a motion? Mark? Second?
Could we pull the assistant principal at Wayne High School and vote on it separately?
We can.
Okay.
You mean the principal at Wayne High School?
I mean, principal, sorry.
And that is on
Page 2.
page 2. Under the transfers?
Yes.
Okay. We're going to pull that for separate consideration.
And I do want to make one other correction while we're here. Right below that item, on the request for leave of absence, there's a leave of absence for Sarah Baumgardner. That leave of absence was on the agenda, was listed May 5th to May 18th. That will actually be May 5th to May 25th.
Okay.
So just a change in date, and that's
Right.
the May 18th to May 25th.
And that Amber Porter, that long-term leave is unpaid.
Yes.
So we need a motion for that second separate consideration. So you're making that motion, Johnita?
Yes. Make a motion.
Well, I think you can pull it, and then we record the vote
Okay.
separately.
So we don't have to
No.
separate?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay. Start over, Mark.
So Mark made the motion for the personnel matters. I just need a second for that.
Second.
Randy. Okay. Any other questions or concerns on personnel matters other than the one that we pulled and we've made changes to the Sarah Baumgartner
And then again, we're approving as revised with that change in date.
as revised? So that's personnel matters as revised.
No, thank you for that.
Any other questions or concerns? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Now for the assistant principal
Principal.
to principal at Wayne High School.
Right.
Motion? Anyone?
I'll make the motion.
Second?
Second.
Any questions or concerns? All right, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
I'd like to abstain.
Okay.
Is Dennis there?
Dennis?
And also,
I'm sorry?
I'd like to explain also.
Okay. So
Voted 3 to
3 to
0 with 2 abstentions.
2 abstentions. So motion passes.
Dennis?
Joni's with us this evening. Joni, congratulations.
Yes.
All right.
Dennis too?
He
He
abstained
abstained
as
as
well.
well.
Okay, I couldn't hear him. Okay.
All right. Good luck. All right, moving on. Consider for approval the purchase requisition order and quotes in excess of $5,000, pages 6 through 10. Motion?
Motion to approve.
Motion by Johnita, second.
Second.
I'll second it.
Second by Randy. Questions or concerns? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. 3, consider for approval the voucher payments for April 2025, pages 11 through 20. Motion?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Johnita, second by Dennis. Questions or concerns on those voucher payments? Anyone?
I had one, it wasn't fine.
Okay.
It's just, I didn't know who it was. Okay. Down at Light Express, 56,000.
What page?
Oh, 3,
Okay.
at the very bottom, last one.
Right. Is that gas? I feel like that's a fuel thing for the
Diesel
buses.
fuel. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't remember that.
Anything else? None? All right. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Number 4, consider for approval the minutes of the Wayne County Board of Education. In fact, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Eight.
and 8.
Motion to approve.
As
Second.
a collective.
All of them.
Yes. Motion by Jonita, second by Mark. Any questions or concerns on any of those minutes? None heard?
None heard.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0.
Looking right through here, aren't we?
New business, separate action items. Consider for approval, out-of-state field trip requests, Tulsa High School, Fort Gay Pre-K, and Crum Pre-K band students traveling to Kings Island, May 24th through May 25th, all paid by Tulsa High School band boosters. Tulsa High School Pro Start students traveling to Kings Island on the 27th and 28th. High school funds are paying for that. Crum Pre-K 8, 8th grade math students traveling to Kings Island on May 28th. And Crum Pre-K 8, 8th grade students traveling to the Great Wolf Lodge in Cincinnati also on May.
Motion to
28.
approve.
Motion by Johnita, second.
Second.
Second by Randy. Any questions or concerns on those trips? All right, none heard? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Fun stuff, budget workshop.
And we're gonna turn it over to you.
So from the last board meeting, I checked with Michelle earlier. I don't think we've had any comments so far, public comments. Did make some changes to the budget for Mr. Alexander's instruction.
Jeff, could you talk just a little bit louder?
Try to.
Okay. Somebody give him a mic. Are you hearing him, Mark? Am I the only one not hearing him?
So yes, I can.
Okay, well, I do too, okay. Okay, go ahead, Jeff.
Hey, I'll tell you what, if you don't mind, just grab that chair right there and scoot up to the end of the table. That way we can make sure the mic
Yeah, I
picks
can
up
hear
on
you.
the live stream.
Join us, Jeb.
Yeah, come on, Jeff.
Any motions to make? Or?
Pretty compliant.
Yeah.
Well, when he said changes, I better hear this.
Right?
So page 10, we're looking at the Fund 61 federal grants. There was some question about Title I, Title II, all these federal grants. These are all projected totals. We still don't have a number. We received an email from the State Department yesterday.
Right here.
thought we were looking at numbers.
Title II and Title IV,
Make sure.
they expect
Okay,
as well as Title III, they expect to have a 20% reduction from the FY '25 levels.
Did you say page 10? Because we just
Page
got,
30.
Oh,
oh,
okay.
okay, 'cause you said,
10 was a listing of what.
Gotcha.
10 was listing what they are.
So those,
everybody just made Missy too.
I was looking at the wrong page.
It's just,
Okay,
A
we
20%
wanted to put on
reduction.
there that these are just truly estimates.
Gotcha.
We don't know, they don't know what these are gonna be.
Yeah, so he added the line above where it says other grants included. He added the line that says the following grants are estimates that were prepared by the various program administrators at the West Virginia Department of Education and are subject to change.
okay,
We haven't received those budget numbers, so I just wanted to be clear that,
okay.
These
good.
could change.
yeah,
They could
Not-
change
they will change.
They will
There's no
change.
doubt, yeah.
to minus 20%,
Could be.
could be.
On page 36, the regular instruction pre-K, it went from $1,600,000 down to $1,394,228. We lowered that.
That's about a third of the way down on the page. It says regular instruction pre-K and there's a number of 1.6 million.
What'd you say it went down?
1.3.
$1,394,228.
So about a little over 200,000.
205,772.
We had
72 savings.
1, 3, 9, 4, 2, 20.
So if you flip over to page 47,
You're not telling us any good news there, Jed.
Well, that's safe.
we took what I just reduced that number by. I took that and added an inter-fund transfer to the permanent improvement fund of $205,772.
Okay,
205,772. We're going to contribute to the PI fund.
How far down on the page is that?
It is the second.
Special.
It's the second item on the page.
But the one that says interfund to capital projects.
Interfund to permanent improvement,
what's it?
205,772.
I'm not looking at the wrong thing.
Yeah, I'm not, is it page 47?
You guys don't have it. You guys have the original book. I have the old book.
Okay,
Gotcha.
okay.
I have added
So
these.
that you've added that
Oh,
much.
so,
Oh,
okay,
okay.
There's
there's,
a 6.
So
I
it's
got
not
you.
there.
I understand what
I
you're
got you.
saying. So it's a brand new entry,
Right.
so
Oh.
is it above the interfund to capital projects?
Will it be?
You guys still have the original
Yeah,
books.
It's above the interfund to special revenue.
Okay. So in between those other two. Got it.
oh, okay.
And then on Tuesday, we'll have the new
Gotcha.
Okay.
printed out for you with the, so
PI
interfund to permanent improvement.
to add.
And how much was the amount again?
205,772.
I did get that right.
And that's the same amount that I lowered the pre-K number by.
Okay.
We thought we needed to estimate a little bit higher number for the Buffalo needs project.
Gotcha.
So if you turn over to page 56, this is your permanent improvement fund. And we're coming right back to the 205,772. We've added that. That is now going into the permanent improvement fund for the addition renovations to the Buffalo Pre-K 8.
Okay.
So that's at the bottom of the list, correct?
Is it the 136?
Well, this is an addition that, again, that you guys don't have.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So the way these columns are set up now, there's a level 1, level 2, proposed FTE and beginning budget. So is that falling under level 2?
Level 2.
Okay.
Add 2.
And how much is that? How much?
205,772.
Okay.
Now that changed some of the other pages. You know, all it changed was interfund transfers out, and that's all it changed. Revenue stayed the same. We reduced some of the budget expenditures. It's just an adjustment, a reclass between one and the other, but total revenue and total expenditures has remained the same. That's
So on Tuesday evening, we have a public hearing for the budget. And that's on your agenda that you've been provided tonight. And then you will vote to approve the budget.
Right.
The proposed budget for next year. And we will have you a final copy. And then at that point, Jeb submits to the state. And then the state checks everything to make sure that everything is acceptable to them. If there's any problems, anything they want to see adjusted, then they'll respond to us, let us know. But if there's any changes after you've approved it, we will certainly let you know as we move forward.
Gotcha.
Any questions for Jim? Okay.
Thank you, Jim.
Perfect. Potential items for a future agenda? Anyone?
We had, early in the year, we had a petition that was turned in to the, and I think I provided you a copy of it, or at least a copy of the first page. We had a petition turned in about considering start times, and I'm not talking about anything for next year, but at some point, I'm just going to list under superintendent's reports, talking about start time and just look at some of the research on what's being recommended on start times and things like that, just so we can have a small discussion.
Conversation.
I know some other local boards are having that conversation. And again, it would not be anything that would impact next school year. It would be long-term planning.
Right.
But I'm going to present you some research and things like that regarding what the recommendations are for school start times from like the American Pediatrics Association, that type of thing.
Great. Be interesting.
So the later start time, would they stay later?
Mhm, the day would be
The
longer.
day would be longer. Okay. Duh,
Well,
really?
But
Not
not,
It'd be the
same,
not
but it would
longer,
just be
but yeah,
Longer in the afternoon.
right.
which has negative effects itself, because you've
Right.
got
I
school,
just wondered.
you got things that going on in the evening, so there's a give and take to it. But
Sure.
Yeah.
we'll just look at
Yeah,
what some
I
of the
just wondered,
research
yeah.
says, and then see if we want to collect any input or anything.
Gotcha.
That's all I had.
Anybody else? Anyone else?
Motion to adjourn.
Motion by John Egan,
Second.
second by Mark. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. It's
See everybody
6:18.
Tuesday.
And I do have a request.
Oh, yes.
I want an olive oil or something so I can fix this table.
Put in a work order.
Thank
you
for those that joined online.
Look what y'all
Just give
made.
me I'll do it myself.
We got to amend the budget.
We'll get right on.